With the injection of 310 megawatts of Lake TURKANA power project into the national grid in September last year, as well as a 50 megawatt Garissa solar power plant, Kenyans beamed with hope that the cost of power will drastically come down. This has, however, not been the case, as Kenyans have been receiving soaring power bills. Lake TURKANA Wind Power Project Executive Director RIZWAN FAZAL says the only way the cost of power will come down, in addition to bringing on board cheaper sources of power, is to expand the demand base in the system.
So that, for example, at night, when you have 600 or 1,000 megawatts of power that is available, contracted, but not supplied into the system because there's no one using it, until you're able to grow that demand, the cost of power will not come down.
Currently, Kenya has an installed capacity of about 2,730 megawatts and a peak demand of 1,851 megawatts, with over 60% of the country's installed power coming from renewable energy, which is considered cheaper and cleaner. This, however, does not necessarily translate into cheaper power to consumers, as they are other determining factors. He says Kenya will need to grow its industrial and manufacturing base first, as well as create special economic zones across the country that consume huge amounts of the surplus power produced.
Iron smelters, aluminum smelters, whatever they may be in the large context. Those are the kind of power demand that you need in order to be able to take out the surplus power in the system.
This will spread the cost of power to a broader base, and only then will Kenyans start feeling the effects of reduced power bills. FAZAL further says some of the power purchase agreements signed are capacity-based, so even if Kenyans don't take their power, they pay for capacity.
A large number of power plants that are expected to come on stream, who have already been contracted, who have PPAs in place. And that also feeds into it, that you continue to have supply, but if you don't keep up the pace of demand, the cost of power will not come down in the foreseeable future.
During the commissioning period, testing and getting into the operation phase, the plant has produced and generated over 600 million kilowatt per hour of renewable green power into the system. The firm has set a target to break even by 2024. Geothermal, solar and wind energy investment in the past decade are beginning to pay off with great benefit in the energy mix as well as the current account deficit. Caroline Jenga, K24 Business.